What's going on, guys?
It's in the shot?
Yeah.
Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to install these LCI taillights from Unique Style Racing. Huge shout out to them for sending me these taillights. I'm super excited for these. I know initially at first I said that I don't like these and I wasn't gonna do them, but they slowly grew on me after constantly following Mike in the M3 and only seeing the rear end and never the front because he's always ahead of me. And yeah, so we're gonna be showing you guys how to install these. It's almost partially kind of plug and play. Unique Style Racing asked me to let you guys know that it is plug and play, but it actually to an extent is not, because you have to do a wire tap, and that kind of just basically doesn't make it plug and play in my opinion. But they are essentially plug and play. They do not require coding of any kind. I will show you guys the turn signal working and not flicking super fast like it does when you get a LED bulb and it starts to blink really fast. I'll also show that it throws no error codes. But yeah, let's get right into this. All right, so the tools you'll need for this job, you don't necessarily need a trim remover, but you can use one if you want to make your life easier. But an 8mm and a 10mm socket, a T20, Phillips screwdriver, and a wire tap, just 2 of them. You can get these from your local AutoZone, and that's really about it.
Alright, so here's a quick rundown of what you gotta do to install the taillights. You gotta take this piece out, you gotta take this whole trim out, you gotta take these out on both sides. That's pretty much it. You're just gonna run the wires from here, down in, over there, and tap it over here. Same thing for that side. So it's gonna go down, tap over there.
This is just to get these turn signal parts working, because right now, the pre-LCIs don't have a turn signal thing here, so if you do install these without the wire tap, only this will blink and this won't, and that kind of takes away from the purpose of the whole LCI taillight. So go ahead and grab your Phillips screwdriver and unscrew these bolts. There's 8 of them. You can use your Phillips for that, and then for these 2, you use your T20. You also have to take this down to make your life easier and take the complete upper, whatever this is called, off. Just go ahead and pull this out, push it up, and then it's just a matter of unscrewing the rest of the screws and then pulling this off. Also, you need to take these out, and I'll show you that in a sec. In order to take these out, just go ahead and squeeze them, and the clips will come out. Pull down from here, pull it down, pull it back up, and that's it.
There's always mad annoying to take out.
Yeah, there you go, got it. That's it, go ahead and set that aside.
You gotta take this out too so you can get the headlight out. Just stick your finger under there, pop it out, pull it up, and not break it.
So in order to take this out without breaking it, just like lightly unscrew it, pull from the back, and it'll come right out.
Now you gotta remove these two. Now you gotta remove these 2 10mm screws in order to remove the light from the vehicle.
So once you get the 2 10mm bolts out, go ahead and pull the taillight out. Make sure you're pulling from here as well, because it's mostly gonna need some pull from that side. Once you got that out, go ahead and remove the connector right here. Just a matter of pulling, and then that's it for this.
So since the pre-LCI doesn't have the blinker on the trunk mounted light, we have to run this one wire from each of these lights down through this fabric, gonna come out this hole and tap into, I believe it's this last wire. So you gotta press that little tab, disconnect that, take the harness that comes with the Depo lights, make sure it's the right side. So this is the right side of the car, it says R. On the other side, you're gonna use the one that says L. So what Mr. Schumacher did in the beginning, he had the right side lights connected to the left side harness, and what was it? It was like when you would put in reverse, the fog lights would go on. Something like that, no?
No, you're right. I'm just mad that you're saying that it's my fault.
Because
it's not my fault. They said it to me like that.
You should have looked.
Just make sure that these are not mixed up, and make sure that this, it says R, so when you put it in the right one and it doesn't say left. I wasn't making sure of that because money, bro.
We gotta pop this out a little bit. Stick the wire in here and pull it back out here. And you're gonna feed it through this hole over here. So it's a little tricky to get. If you look at it from the top, you can see the light over here. So you're gonna go in there and out over here.
Pull it all the way in, so you got some cable management going on.
But leave some slack so it's not really tight. So after you pull out the wire from this hole, you wanna get your wire tab. Make sure it's clean over here. Grab a knife or a screwdriver. Clean that up. And then you're gonna tap into the second wire, so the black with the gray line. So you get the wire, open this up a little bit, slide the wire into there. Make sure it's all the way in the back. You can push it back with something. Okay. And then you grab the long wire that came with the taillights. You put it next to it, and this is where you should have pliers. You need pliers to press this down, so you have contact with the 2 wires. We don't have pliers right now, so we're gonna try it with screwdriver. So now it's flush. You can go ahead and close this.
And now is the time we test it.
Plug in the trunk light to make sure it's working. There we have the blinking. We don't have this one because it's not connected.
So you're gonna have these two receiver things, whatever. Just go ahead and shove them in right here. It's a pretty good spot to hide them. And then go ahead, grab your connector, plug it right in. Make sure, I don't think there's a click, just make sure it's in all the way. And then go ahead and take this little thing, hide it behind this. Kind of just let it all have a little spot to just chill. Alrighty. Perfect. And then you can go ahead and grab your 10mm bolts and screw these right back on. All right, so in order to take the inner tail light out, we're gonna go ahead and take this 10mm bolt, unscrew this, and then it's just a matter of, you could unplug this housing thing too if you want. Take this out, just get it out of the way. Pushing up, but be a little careful.
That will fly right out.
Note these differences real fast. On the OEM ones, it comes with a 10mm bolt. On the Depos, it comes with an 8mm. I have no idea why, but I'm gonna quickly go grab an 8mm. I don't have one, I have to find one, but make sure you have a 8mm and a 10mm. I have no idea why, and if you try to reuse this, I don't think it'll work. And to get this off, you need an 8mm, so yeah, let's do this. So in order to put this in, just go ahead and make sure this hook thing goes into here, and this notch right here goes into this hole. So first what we're gonna do is put that part in first. Go ahead, make sure it lines up well. And then drag it down, push in, and then that should be good. Let's make sure it's all the way in. Make sure it's flush. Let's push in a little bit more, and that should be good. Then you can go ahead and grab your 8mm socket and tighten this. This is basically what holds down the inner tail light, so don't neglect this. Make sure it's a little snug. Before you do anything else, just make sure you plug it in and make sure the signal and everything is working. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the hazards, be right back. And before we shut it, just make sure everything is lined up good. Looks right. Check that out, that looks sick. Now, one thing a lot of people don't realize about the LCI taillights is that this part right here protrudes out past the trunk, so it gives it a more sportier look and design. That's kind of like something that a lot of people like about these taillights. Also the fact that it goes alongside with the body lines. It comes all the way out from here, goes along this. So as you can see, it starts right here, goes all the way around, all the way to the very end of the taillight. Very cool design. It looks really nice, very aggressive, very sporty. Mike, did you show the
yeah.
You see how it's flat? It's just completely flat. Still a great looking taillight. I really do like these a lot, but these are much better looking, and I can't wait to run these and take some new pictures. All right, so now that we got the right side in, just make sure that everything works. Mike's gonna go inside and test everything. We're gonna try brake, turn signal, fog, reverse, and that's it. Let's go. Brake. Brake is working good. All right, turn signal. Perfect. Reverse. All right, and rear fog. Solid. Alrighty. Everything works and checks out perfect. Make sure you do this before you wrap everything up to make your life easier so you don't make any mistakes. And now we're gonna do the other side, and then I can give you guys some nice before and after shots.
Now you got the lights in, you got this panel, you got the bolts in. It's time to put this. Just hold this over here so it's not behind it. Open these tabs and just tuck that in.
So down and then up.
And then pull it back up. Make sure that top goes in there. And just close the tabs. Same thing for the other side, and that's it.
Boom. All right, and just like that, we are done with the install. The lights look fantastic. It took about, what would you say, 2 hours? Off camera probably would have been about an hour. The lights look fantastic. I think they look great. I really love how they protrude a little bit further out than the LCIs and make it look a little bit more aggressive. And they work along the body lines of the car. It looks fantastic. I love the way they're looking. I'll give you guys an update video and compare them to the Depo and OEM style ones. I'll show that, and I'll also give you guys a quick update when, if and when, hopefully they don't leak. I'm not a fan of how they fit in terms of like the little rubber part they put to stop from water from coming in and leaking into the taillights, but we'll see how it holds up. At the end of the day, it is Depo, and I wanted to make sure that I make an update video for you guys in case that does happen, and not just like not tell you guys and just ask USR to send me new ones. I will tell you guys in case it does happen, because that is a quality check, and I will make a review video of them after like 6 months of having them on. But they are 100% LED, which is fantastic. The only things that aren't LED are the reverse lights. All these bulbs, they came with it. I didn't have to get any bulbs at all. No coating was required to getting these to work, and honestly they look fantastic. I'm going to be uploading a bunch of pictures on my Instagram, so be sure to follow me right here. There's my Instagram. I'll be uploading a bunch of pictures of these Depo taillights. Huge shout out to Mike for helping me out with the install, and yeah, I think they look cool. I'm glad I did it. A lot of you were telling me a long time ago to do this and get the LCI taillights, and I was always like, nah, I'm okay with how the pre-LCIs look. But huge shout out to Unique Style Racing for hooking us up with the taillights. I appreciate you guys very much. Let's see how these look in pictures. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Peace out.